Honoring a teenager who lost his life trying to defend a friend and the search for those who killed that teen.
Local health emergency. Will county leaders extend the declaration as the threat of the coronavirus continues?
And making dirty water clean. The groundbreaking today for a major water treatment plant in Oceanside. 10 News Midday starts now.
10 News begins with breaking news.
We start with breaking news in Choice View. Choice View Elementary going into lockdown after reports of a man with a gun in that area. Good morning, I'm Virginia Cha.
And I'm Jim Patton. 10 News reporter Cassie Carlisle joins us live near the school. And Cassie, what's happening there now?
So right now we're actually starting to see police clear out. We're at 45th Street and Market, and you can kind of see that it has very much cleared out. We only have a few cop cars out here right now. Right behind me in that vehicle is the suspect. That is what caused all of this to start. About a half an hour ago, there was reports of a man with a gun near Choice Mead Elementary here, and they were saying that they suspect that this man was involved in a domestic violence incident last week and that a bullet was fired from a gun in that incident. Police also tell us that there was a companion with that person, but they have not been able to find him. That's why they had this entire area blocked down. We saw lots of officers going around in a perimeter fashion. We saw canines out here who were trying to find that extra companion out here. And right now, in the last 10 minutes, we've seen lots of family members, mothers, fathers, very concerned about their students here at Choice Mead. And they were saying that, or police were saying that they are going to lift that lockdown here in the next few minutes. Reporting live next to Choice Mead Elementary, Cassie Carlisle, 10 News.
All right, Cassie, thank you so much. And we are learning more about the Helix High School student who was killed while helping a friend at a party. 10
News reporter Marie Cornell is live in La Mesa. Marie, the teenager's classmates say he was known for helping people.
Yeah, Virginia, I spoke with friends that he's known since middle school. They tell me he's always had a big heart, and that is why they are getting together, raising money to do something special for him.
Evan can make a friend in like 20 seconds with just being the kind of person he is.
And that's why news of his death is still hard to believe for his friends. Devin was just 15 years old. He was stabbed at a birthday party in Chula Vista. Police say he was trying to help a friend who was getting attacked during a fight at the party.
Well, I want to be able to help others.
And to honor Devin, his friends are raising money to name a bench after him at a park near his house.
We just want to have a spot where we can go and remember Devin, or somewhere where he loves to be.
A way of turning their attention to something positive instead of dwelling on the enormous loss they must now live with.
Devin was strong, and that he stood up for what he thought was right, and that cost him his life, and he didn't deserve it.
So they are also holding a candlelight vigil for him this evening. They will gather around 5:30 right near the H on campus to honor him. We are live from La Mesa. Marie Cornell, 10 News.
Thank you, Marie. Well, this afternoon, county leaders will talk about whether they should extend a local health emergency declaration because of the coronavirus. The county first announced this declaration last week to secure extra funds and supplies. Ratifying the extension today will allow them to continue receiving help beyond this week.
It is really a proactive step of prevention and protection, and to position ourselves accordingly with additional resources.
Those resources include mutual aid and supplies that'll ensure county doctors have all the medical supplies they need. Meanwhile, evacuees from the second flight that arrived at MCAS Miramar are still under quarantine. They should be released later this week.
And there is another possible case of the coronavirus here in California. Health officials say a person evacuated from the Diamond Princess cruise ship is in isolation in Napa. Another person who is showing symptoms of the virus is in the hospital under observation until the results come back. Both flew into Travis Air Force Base from Japan, where they were under quarantine on board that ship for nearly 2 weeks. As for the big picture, there are more than 75,000 confirmed cases of coronavirus globally, and the World Health Organization says it could take at least a year to find a vaccine.
We can save a lot of lives through supportive therapy, by testing the drugs we're currently testing, and by getting everything in our systems working.
They also emphasized the virus is not as deadly as SARS or MERS and that most coronavirus patients will make a full recovery.
Reclaiming water in San Diego County just took a big step forward today in the city of Oceanside.
Yeah, 10 News anchor Mary McKenzie live at the San Luis Rey Water Treatment Plant where they broke ground today, Mary, on pure water Oceanside.
And the party is kind of coming to an end here, but it's going to look drastically different. As you mentioned, they broke ground today and it will be completed, they expect, by the end of next year.
We can call it toilet to tap, that is what it is, but it does do a lot more to make sure that supplies are sustainable in the region.
They broke ground today in Pure Water Oceanside, again expected to be done by the end of 2021, and eventually a little more than 30% of Oceanside's water will come from this process. As much as they don't like to call it toilet to tap, the Pure Water project will put the water from Oceanside sinks, showers, and toilets through a rigorous purification process. It includes filters, reverse osmosis, and after that, neutralization through UV light. And then eventually it will make its way back into the system and back out of your tap here in Oceanside. Officials say it is safe, and they also say it's necessary.
Most of San Diego receives its water from imported supplies. It travels a very long ways to get here. It's susceptible to earthquakes, it's susceptible to droughts.
Now, as far as when you might turn on your tap here in Oceanside and have the water come out to drink for possibly the second time, you're looking at mid-2022. In Oceanside, Mary McKenzie, 10 News.
Thank you, Mary. Right now, Governor Newsom is delivering his State of the State address before a joint convention of the California legislature. He has been talking about progress in paid family leave as well as big achievements, he says, in wildfire prevention efforts. He's also emphasizing his efforts to try to solve the homeless crisis.
The California dream is dimmed by the wrenching reality of families, children, and seniors living unfed on a concrete bed. Military veterans who wore the uniform of our country in a foreign land, abandoned here at home.
He is also discussing the need for better mental health care that could help get people off the streets.
And today, an audit committee will present its findings on San Diego's efforts to address homelessness. Some of the findings have already been listed, one being the city has significantly increased its efforts to address the issue, but several steps are needed to implement the recently adopted strategic plan. Another finding was outreach efforts need to be improved, citing the city not maximizing the effectiveness of its outreach practices. The audit reading will take place at City Hall at 9 o'clock this morning.
Jury deliberations are continuing today in the Harvey Weinstein rape trial. The jury, made up of 7 men and 5 women, deliberated for about 5 hours yesterday. The former movie producer is charged with first-degree criminal sexual act, 2 counts of rape and 2 counts of predatory sexual assault. Now, some of these charges are structured as either-or counts, so Weinstein can only be convicted on 2 charges at most. Defense attorneys for the 67-year-old argued the sexual encounters referenced in the charges were consensual.
6 Democratic presidential candidates readying for tonight's debate in Nevada. For the first time this presidential cycle, former Mayor Michael Bloomberg will take to the debate stage. Also appearing, Senators Bernie Sanders, Amy Klobuchar, and Elizabeth Warren, former Vice President Joe Biden, and former Mayor Pete Buttigieg. Bloomberg's rivals are accusing the billionaire businessman of trying to buy the election. He has spent an unprecedented $381 million on political ads so far. Tonight's debate in Las Vegas comes 3 days before Nevada's caucuses.
And remember, for complete election coverage of all the important races, all you have to do is go to 10news.com. Just click on Your Voice, Your Vote at the top of the homepage to find unique stories, exclusive scientific poll results, and interviews with the candidates.